Hey, how's it going? Gene here from Paulo Media. You're getting this video one or two reasons. One, you stumbled upon the YouTube channel that I created for my pay-per-call blueprint course, or you ended up in my more training sequence on after being rejected as a Paulo Media publisher for answering my interview questions and unfortunately not coming off as like qualified to be here. But that's not a big deal. Well, it is kind of a big deal, but it's not a bad thing. That just means we need to kind of get you up to speed on the pay-per-call side of things before we can let you on board the network to run traffic, because there's a couple of reasons. One, we have some pretty decent premium buyers, and our goal really is to deliver the highest quality traffic possible. And if you're just not familiar with driving traffic, it can get tricky and it can get really expensive, and it's really difficult to kind of get going that way. So what I want to do is give you a fighting chance. So that's why we're here. So this video is about, in my opinion, like conceptually wrapping your brain about what you're getting yourself into, because I can only speak from my personal experience coming into this industry. I started as like a Nutra guy, and these traditional like step one, step two Nutra products that you might find like running around native a lot. So if you're like a native advertiser, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a person who visits CNN.com or Fox News or something, and you see a lot of like crazy, just clickbaity type pictures and images, pictures and headlines at the bottom, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Pay-per-call is way different, in my opinion. The offers you find in pay-per-call marketing are the kind of offers that you find in the phone book. Vanilla niches pay the bills. And the vanilla niches are the kind of things that are evergreen, which means they're always going to be here. As long as human beings are walking the planet, we're going to have addiction problems. We're going to have lawsuits. We're going to have home services. There's always going to be a demand for the offers that you find inside pay-per-call. And with that being said, I think it's really important that you understand that you are going to serve as a conduit that connects folks in need with a product or service with the business that provides that product or service, right? And like a lot of marketing, like a lot of digital marketing, other marketing, you'll find that as a marketer, you're doing your best to use a lot of mind control tactics in especially like places like Facebook and native, where you have to fabricate the user intent, and it gets really tricky. There's a rabbit hole of like processes you have to do, and it can become overwhelming really quick. And a lot of people that come from that side of the marketing space try to apply those tactics in the pay-per-call space. And I look at that as like overthinking the problem, because when it's all said and done, what works best with pay-per-call are going to be these high intent search type traffic sources. Google AdWords is the number one, obviously. And then like the closest runner-up is probably going to be Bing, which isn't that great, but it's a search engine that offers the opportunity to run some form of pay-per-call, and that's really it. If you're going to start diving into native or like the Google Display Network or Facebook, those traffic sources, I'm not saying they don't work for calls. I'm just saying that they aren't geared specifically towards getting somebody to make a phone call. And so I wanted to kind of just lay that out there with you on pay-per-call and what to expect, because you don't need to get into these like mind trick tactics to convince somebody to buy your stuff, to call your phone number, so finding that common ground and understanding that is super important. And it took me a while, believe me, it took me a while to do that. I felt I automatically had to go out and rip like the most black hat offer lander I could find and tweak it so I could dupe somebody into calling my phone number. Basically what that means is if you're trying to do that, that just means your traffic source is totally misaligned, and you're not delivering the right traffic to the offer, because the landing page, like at this point with pay-per-call, is like not a big deal. As long as the right keywords and the right headlines and the call to action is there, and you're giving them what they need, it shouldn't be like a bunch of mind control to try to get somebody to take an action. What I have in this video, or what I want to give you, is just a quick, simple kind of blueprint of what you should probably be looking at right now before you decide to come back into the pay-per-call space or reapply for Apollo. If you click one, I'm going to provide a swipe file of all of my offers. See, as an affiliate manager, I have a folder that I just that contains all the screenshots of all of the offers that we have on the Apollo network. And the campaign descriptions and stuff might change day to day. So don't take everything you read in those images that I want to share with you as gospel, but use them as kind of like a resource to go, okay, I see Apollo is really heavy into addiction. They're really heavy into legal. They're really heavy into home services. Looks like they're starting to dabble in more health insurance related stuff. I think I want to focus in on addiction, for example. This is the concept I want to kind of apply in you. And once you kind of honed in on like a vertical that you want to work in, then you need to like build out some assets. And to build out those assets, you have to kind of take a few things into consideration. What I mean by assets are like a website, whether it's like a one-page micro website, or if it's like a 5 or 6 page micro website, or if you're like, man, I'm in this for the long haul, I'm going to hit everything, I'm all in, and we're just going to be an authority in the space. That's up to you. The big takeaway though is, have a game plan, have a strategy before you decide to go out and pick an offer, because I know guys that have been running the same campaign for almost 10 years, literally, on AdWords. So they've got the traffic source dialed in. They know what keywords are working. They're sending these keywords to some landing page on their website, or it's direct click to call. The offer itself, like the buyer on the back end, that's always going to change, especially working with an affiliate network. Offers drop all day long. So to go out and build a campaign around a very specific offer that, say, we have on Apollo is a dangerous idea, because when you're dealing with networks in general, nobody is immune to offers dropping. It's just the business. It's the way it works. And just like likewise on offline, when you're working with local businesses, one day you're going to have, George the locksmith as a client, and then the next day you may decide that George can't afford to pay his bills anymore, and you'll need to go find a competitor, right? You don't want to build a business around George's locksmith, presence. You want to be a generic like locksmith connector that connects people to, a locksmith locally. And you want to be able to hot swap those offers off in the back. That way, when something happens with your campaign, like you're on an affiliate network, and like that addiction offer that you were running stops for some reason, you can take off and you can go source new offers from either another network, or go direct and find a buyer that's willing to buy your leads, and then you can go direct that way and strike a business relationship with them. So all I'm trying to do is kind of like pre-frame you for this concept, because this is how pay-per-call works. So dig into the screenshots that I have for all of our offers on Apollo, and go, okay, I think I'm going to put some energy into like home services. I'm going to build a home service website, or something, or addiction, or mental health, or legal, or maybe it's some other network. I don't know, but let's start focusing long-term business building, okay? Because you may launch an eating disorder or a solar website today, and you may spend a year trying to make that thing work. As you learn pay-per-call, as you learn lead gen, as you kind of learn the industry, you may back burner that website for a while, but something will come up. You'll learn something new, or an opportunity will come along, and you'll be able to kind of like come back in and revisit that campaign again. And you'll be able to look at the data that you have stored from the last time you ran it inside your campaign in AdWords. You'll have your website there. It's always running. It's waiting for you, and you could revisit. You do this over time with more and more iterations. Now you're slowly starting to build out revenue generating assets that are going to make you lots of money. And that's the name of the game. The guys that have been doing this for like the last 9-10 years, they have their evergreen niches that they're experts in. They have their traffic source or two dialed in, and they know what they're doing. And now they've refined it, and they've gotten to this iterative place where now they can generate high quality leads for networks like us, and we'll buy your leads and turn around and resell them to buyers. And it takes a lot of pain out of your life because you can focus on what you do best, and then as a network we can focus on making sure that you don't have to worry about all the bullshit that comes with dealing with the buyers and the network fluctuations and so forth. And you'll always get paid, which is rule number one with us, at least. Always pay the publishers. So I hope this helps. Go ahead and check the description. If you got this email and you're watching this video, same thing. Go ahead and click the link. There's going to be a little opt-in box, and then you can just download the zip file that I have on my pay-per-call blueprint website. As of this video right now, it's just like nothing but a shell of a website. I'm just trying to build things out slowly at a time, one at a time. And just take a quick scan of what we have, and then go build something. And believe me, if you have the email that directed you to the video that you're watching on YouTube, you can reply to that email. Also, you can reply to me when you download those offer screenshots directly from that, because you're going to be opted into an automation sequence that's going to deliver those things to you. Okay. Anyway, I hope that helps. That's my first rule of advice, and we'll go from there. Okay. So I'm Gene, Paulo Affiliate Manager. If you're getting this and you haven't signed up and you feel like, hey, I want to run some pay-per-call, you can go to paulomobile.com, and if you use my referral code Gene17, what that'll do is it'll tell the CRM to route you towards me. That way I can handle your application and process you. I have a pretty quick turnaround time. A lot of it's automated, and it's designed that way so we can just kind of move forward quick. Just a quick warning though, I ask a series of questions about who you are and what you're doing in your business and kind of where you're at as a marketer in terms of like, will we be able to make money with each other if we decide to work with each other? That's usually kind of the angle I'm looking at. Can we deliver high quality traffic, and can we make money with each other? And if I look at your application questions and I don't think I can make money with this person, and it's no hard feelings. It's just, it's the nature of the business. There's a lot of folks that are trying to get on the network, and there's a lot of qualified folks. So, we just got to get you up there, get you up to speed. Okay. Talk to you later. Hit the jump into the description. Follow the links that are in there. Take you to those screenshots for our offers. Pick a vertical, and then get started. Go find something to build. And then come back to me. Okay, talk to you later.